It is 3 a.m. The house is dead silent. And then you hear it. Thwop, 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 thwop. Your dog is violently shaking their head side to side so hard that their ears are slapping against their skull. You turn on the light and see them dragging the side of their face across the carpet, pawing desperately at their ear, whimpering. You look inside and it is a nightmare. Dark brown, wet, chunky wax coating the entire inner flap. And the smell, that hot, yeasty, rotten cheese smell hits you from a foot away. If you are dealing with this right now, I know exactly how exhausted and heartbroken you are. You have probably been to the vet 3, 4, maybe 5 times this year alone. You have spent $60 on medicated eardrops, another $200 on allergy testing, and maybe even hundreds more on steroid shots and prescription food. And every single time, it follows the same crushing pattern. The drops clear it up for 2 weeks. You finally start sleeping through the night. You think it is finally over, and then one night, thwop, 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 it is back. Worse than before. And now you are staring at another $150 vet bill, another tube of drops, and your dog is looking up at you with those sad, exhausted eyes begging you to make it stop. What if I told you that those recurring ear infections have absolutely nothing to do with allergies? What if I told you that the expensive ear drops your vet keeps prescribing are actually making the problem come back faster? And what if I told you that the permanent cure is not an ear medication at all, but a simple kitchen ingredient you add to their food bowl to fix the real problem hiding deep inside their gut? If you saw the thumbnail of this video, you saw the promise. Today, I am going to show you exactly how to stop the ear infections permanently by fixing the hidden root cause that no one is talking about. Hi everyone, I'm your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. In my clinic, chronic recurring ear infections are the second most common reason pet parents walk through my door, and I hear the same heartbreaking confession over and over again. Dr. Tony, we have been to 3 different vets. We have tried every eardrop on the market. Nothing works. If that is you, take a deep breath and drop the guilt at the door. You are not a bad pet parent. You have been fighting the wrong battle. You have been treating the ear when the real enemy is hiding in the gut. But as a holistic leaning vet, I believe in fixing the root cause, not just masking the symptom. Now, I know a lot of you are also dealing with that corn chip Frito smell between your dog's toes. I have a whole deep dive video dedicated to my secret paw licking cure. If that is your dog's main struggle, go check that video out after this. But today, we are going entirely inside the ear canal. Grab a notebook because we are doing a complete ear infection masterclass. I am going to give you immediate soothing relief for tonight, reveal why traditional eardrops trap you in an endless cycle, and then give you the exact internal cure to make sure those infections never come back. Let's start with step 1. Before we can fix the internal engine, we have to put out the fire. When a dog has an active ear infection, the inside of their ear canal is on fire. It is swollen, inflamed, and the skin is producing massive amounts of thick, dark wax as a defense mechanism. The more wax builds up, the more it traps heat and moisture, which makes the infection grow faster. We need to break this cycle right now. Go into your kitchen and grab 2 things: organic, cold-pressed, unrefined coconut oil, and raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the kind that says with the mother on the label. We are going to do what I call the 3-minute ear reset. Take a small, clean bowl. Mix 1 tablespoon of melted coconut oil with 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Take a cotton ball, never a Q-tip, dip it in this mixture and gently wipe the inside flap and the visible part of the ear canal. Do not jam anything deep inside. Just clean what you can see. The lauric acid in the coconut oil kills bacteria and yeast on contact while laying down a thin moisturizing barrier over the raw, inflamed skin. The apple cider vinegar alters the pH, making it acidic. Yeast absolutely cannot survive in an acidic environment. You are hitting the infection with a 1-2 punch. Antifungal plus pH shift. It costs about 15 cents per treatment. After you wipe, Pat the ear completely dry with a fresh cotton ball. This is the critical step most people skip. Moisture is the #1 fuel for ear infections. Do the 3-minute ear reset once a day for 7 days. That rotten, cheesy smell will fade. The dark brown wax will lighten to pale yellow, and the violent 3 a.m. head shaking will finally stop. However, please hear this vet warning. Do not use this mixture if your dog's ear is severely swollen shut, if there is blood, or if your dog screams when you touch their ear. These are signs the eardrum may be ruptured. Vinegar inside a ruptured eardrum causes excruciating pain and permanent hearing damage. Go to your vet first, confirm the eardrum is intact, then begin this protocol. Also, if your dog tilts their head to one side constantly or walks in circles, that means the infection has reached the inner ear. That is a medical emergency. Go to your vet immediately. All right, so the fire is out. Sighs. They have stopped shaking for tonight. Now let me reveal why this keeps coming back. Step 2, the eardrop trap. When a dog comes into a vet clinic with a smelly, waxy ear, the standard protocol is medicated ear drops, usually a combination of antifungal, antibiotic, and steroid. Those drops work fantastically. Within a week, the ear looks clean. But here's the problem nobody talks about. Imagine your kitchen sink is overflowing with water pouring onto the floor. Medicated ear drops are like grabbing a mop and furiously mopping the floor. The floor looks great, but you never turned off the faucet. The second you put the mop down, the water floods back. The drops kill yeast inside the ear canal, but do nothing to stop your dog's body from producing more yeast and sending it right back. And here is what makes it worse. The steroid in those drops suppresses the immune system, so the drops kill the surface yeast, while simultaneously weakening your dog's ability to fight the deeper systemic yeast. The moment you finish the 14-day course, the weakened immune system cannot hold back. The yeast floods back faster and more aggressively. Every cycle, the yeast gets more resistant. Every cycle, you spend another $60 to $100 at the vet. Real-world example. A sweet Cocker Spaniel named Bella came into my clinic after 6 rounds of eardrops in 12 months. Her ear canals had actually started to narrow and close shut from chronic inflammation. A specialist recommended surgery to remove the ear canals entirely, a $4,000 to $6,000 procedure. I asked one question. What does Bella eat? Premium grain-free kibble. I looked at the ingredients. The first 3 items after the meat were potatoes, peas, and tapioca starch. Bella was eating a high-sugar diet disguised as healthy food. Her gut was a yeast factory, and her ears were the exhaust pipe. So if it is not an ear problem, what is it really? I want you to do a simple experiment right now. Lift your dog's ear flap. Is the wax dark brown or black? Smell it. Does it have that distinct, wet, cheesy, bread-like odor? That smell is the exact signature of a massive yeast overgrowth, a fungus called Malassezia. This is the real reason your dog's ears keep getting infected. Your dog's ear canal is shaped like a deep L. It goes straight down, then makes a sharp turn inward. This creates a warm, dark pocket with almost zero airflow. The perfect yeast incubator. Floppy-eared breeds like Cocker Spaniels, Basset Hounds, Golden Retrievers, and Labradoodles are especially vulnerable because their heavy ear flaps seal the canal shut. The yeast multiplies, produces irritating waste products, and triggers massive inflammation. The inflamed skin responds by producing even more thick, dark wax, trying desperately to flush out the invader. But the excess wax creates even more warmth and moisture, which is exactly what the yeast needs to multiply faster. It becomes a vicious cycle. The yeast creates inflammation. The inflammation creates wax. The wax feeds the yeast. The yeast creates more inflammation. Round and round and round, your dog is trapped in an inescapable loop of worsening infection. And every time you put medicated drops in, you are mopping the floor while the faucet is still running. And here is the aha moment. The ear is not where the yeast started. The ear is just where it ended up. The yeast started in the gut. Step 3, the permanent cure, the gut reset. If your dog gets ear infections more than twice a year, I need you to understand this biological truth. The chronic ear infections are not the disease. They are a symptom, a red flag being waved by your dog's body screaming that something is deeply wrong inside the digestive system. Let me take you on a journey inside your dog's body. Your dog eats their daily bowl of dry kibble. Even premium, expensive kibble is loaded with carbohydrates. Corn, wheat, rice, potatoes, peas, or tapioca. These are the binding agents that hold the little crunchy pebbles together. When your dog digests those carbohydrates, their body immediately breaks the starches down into glucose. Sugar. Every single meal, you are unknowingly feeding the yeast inside your dog's gut its absolute favorite food. The yeast feasts on that sugar. It multiplies out of control. The good bacteria get outnumbered and overwhelmed. The gut lining becomes inflamed and porous. This is what we call leaky gut syndrome. Microscopic yeast spores leak through the damaged intestinal wall directly into the bloodstream. Now those yeast spores are traveling through the blood to every warm, moist area of the body: the paws, the armpits, the groin folds, and the ear canals. This is why dogs with chronic ear infections almost always also have itchy paws and a musty belly smell. It is the same yeast, the same systemic infection. The ears are just one branch of a much bigger tree. Part 1 of the gut reset. Starve the yeast. Look at your dog's food label. If the first 3 ingredients include corn, wheat, potatoes, peas, or tapioca, you are feeding the yeast. Transition to a food where high-quality meat is the primary ingredient. The budget trick. If switching food is too expensive, reduce the kibble by 20% and replace it with real whole food. A spoonful of plain cooked chicken, a scrambled egg, a sardine. You are diluting the carbohydrate load without buying a new bag of food. Part 2, rebuild the army. Add a spoonful of plain unsweetened milk kefir to their food every day. Kefir is loaded with live probiotic cultures that physically crowd out bad yeast, produce natural antifungal compounds, and seal up the leaky gut lining. If your dog is lactose intolerant, use a pet-specific probiotic powder containing Saccharomyces boulardii, a beneficial yeast that destroys Malassezia. Now, massive veterinary warning. If you buy kefir or yogurt, read the label for one deadly ingredient. Xylitol, sometimes relabeled as birch sugar. Even a microscopic amount will cause your dog's liver to fail. Only buy 100% plain, unsweetened, with 0 artificial sweeteners. Read every label every time. Part 3. Build the ear shield from the inside. The skin lining the ear canal is incredibly thin. When it is healthy, it produces protective oils that naturally repel yeast. But dry, oxidized kibble does not provide the fats needed to build healthy skin. You must add omega-3 fatty acids. My favorite, cheapest way is canned sardines packed in water with no added salt. One mashed sardine mixed into food twice a week provides a massive dose of omega-3s. Within 3 weeks, the ear skin gets healthier, the coat gets shinier, and wax production normalizes. If they hate fish, use an unseasoned cooked egg or pure salmon oil kept in the refrigerator. Start with a tiny amount and work up slowly over 2 weeks to avoid stomach upset. For daily maintenance, I have a simple habit called the weekly ear check. Once a week, lift the ear flap. If the wax is light golden with no strong odor, the ear is healthy. Leave it alone. Overcleaning strips protective wax and invites infection. But if the wax is darkening or the smell is creeping back, do a quick maintenance wipe with a cotton ball dampened in 50-50 apple cider vinegar and warm water. Pat dry. 30 seconds. You are catching the infection in its infancy. The professional vet tip. After swimming, baths, or rain, dry the ears immediately. For floppy-eared breeds, flip the ear flaps up on top of their head for 10 to 15 minutes after water exposure. Let airflow reach the canal. It looks silly, but it is incredibly effective. Now, please hear the hard truth. These natural remedies are incredibly powerful for preventing infections and curing mild to moderate yeast. But if your dog's ears are swollen shut, there is green or yellow discharge, or they will not let you touch their head. That needs prescription medication and possibly sedated ear flushing by your vet. Get professional help first, then implement this protocol so it never comes back. Take a step back and look at what we covered today. We started with a dog suffering through another painful, smelly ear infection at 3 a.m. We exposed the eardrop trap and why traditional medications keep you stuck in an endless cycle. We traced the yeast from the food bowl through the gut and up into the ear canal, and we built a complete gut reset protocol to starve the yeast, rebuild the good bacteria, fortify the ear skin, and prevent future infections using simple kitchen ingredients. My friends, here is your action plan. This week, just do 2 things. Start the 3-minute ear reset for immediate relief and add a spoonful of plain kefir to their dinner to begin rebuilding the gut. That is it. Stick with those 2 for 2 weeks, then slowly introduce a sardine twice a week. A month from now, start looking at lower carbohydrate food options. Slow and steady wins the race. But I promise you, the day you lift your dog's ear flap, see pale pink, healthy skin, smell absolutely nothing, and realize you have not bought eardrops in 6 months, that is the day you will know you truly healed them from the inside out. Dealing with chronic ear infections is one of the most exhausting parts of being a pet parent. The vet visits, the drops, the sleepless nights, the guilt, it makes us feel helpless. But by choosing to educate yourself, by looking beyond the symptom and understanding the root cause, you are proving how much you truly love your dog. If this masterclass gave you that aha moment today, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It helps tell the algorithm that this holistic, honest veterinary advice is valuable, and it helps our channel reach and protect so many more pets around the world. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss our deep dives into your dog's health. And please leave me a comment down below right now. I want to know, how many rounds of eardrops has your dog been through, and are you going to try the kefir trick this week? I try to read every single comment, and I love seeing our community support each other. Give your sweet, beautiful dog a gentle scratch behind their freshly cleaned ears for Dr. Tony tonight. Stay safe. Always trust your instincts.